Matondo, everyone. Excuse the quality of this video. Just want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Milano Badilla. I'm also known as Young Paris, and I've been chosen by Voices de la Calle to just elaborate a little bit of who I am and what I'm doing with my career and what my music means to me. So I'll just be very brief. My father co-founded the first national ballet in the Congo, and my mother was a dancer in New York. She was invited to dance with him in Paris, and they had 7 kids. Our father had 3 before he met her, so we're a big family of 10 brothers and sisters. And eventually, when they wanted us to meet our American family, we moved here in the States. I'm in Montreal, but we moved to New York, and we started our own drum and dance ballet. And I been doing this since I was a very little kid, playing drums, singing, a lot of traditional song and dance. So I really have a lot of that influence in my elements. And now, skipping 20 years later, I was able to translate my traditional influence into my love for hip hop and electronic. And now I've found a good element of what I'm good at is to mix traditional and modern. So I like to have, fashion and architecture and aesthetics of traditional culture and mixed it with what's happening now, because I also enjoy and like to see what people are coming with, day to day. And as the future of art moves forward, I like to be contemporary as well. So it's pretty much my influence. I try to hold on to my traditions and also be modern. So I chose Afro electro because we're Congolese and we really like to dance, and I figured some of the best ways to get messages across through music, because also I'm not political, but I like to say things that I feel like matter and give people a taste of information as long in the same parallel as them dancing. So I've always found like the best effects to make music, to make messages through music, is to be able to get people to dance while they're listening to something that makes sense, because they can always go back and say, wait, this is groovy, but he's actually saying things. So you'll find that a lot when you listen to Young Paris.
My name is Abigail. I identify as a dancer, and specifically, I study African dance, styles that originate from Western Africa mostly, urban, contemporary, traditional. This art form has taught me so much about who I am, where I come from, by the juxtaposition of studying and learning about cultures and traditions that aren't my original culture or my own heritage. And yet, through the process, through the journey, it's really revealed to me and guided me and helped me unravel the stories and illusions from which I identify myself. And being a white woman, a white person in this art form, has taught me how much we still prescribe so much meaning from skin color in our American society. There was a time in my life when I identified by my skin. I identified as being white, and I took on and believed the stereotypes, the generalities, the assumptions of white people as a group. And this was really limiting me. I didn't realize how much I was limiting myself by prescribing to these assumptions about me because of my skin color. But in that, also taking responsibility for the assumptions I've had of others because of their skin color, and therefore really learning about this this disease of racism that is passed down, that has been passed down, or that is embedded into our culture in ways that may seem very subtle and very subliminal to most people, but it's there. And through being a dedicated student who often surprises people, that a person who is white can dance and appreciate and respect these other traditions, it's taught me a lot. Meaning doesn't start and end at the skin. Our bodies go beyond where the edges of our skin. Our essence and our soul and our hearts go beyond our physical bodies.
Hello, my name is Lamont Good. I am acrobat, b-boy, contortionist, yogi. I've been breakdancing, b-boying for about 18 years, since the year of 1996. Dance is my passion first and foremost. My inspiration comes from Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer in the world. For me, my only outlet was expression through dance, breakdance, acrobatics. Come from a broken home, didn't really have a father figure, so didn't really have any inspiration from a lot of people. But I did take heed and a lot of motivation from watching martial arts and breakdancing, and really gave me a purpose. I feel like I had a really positive perspective on a lot of things from movement, and so yeah, it's my inspiration. I feel nowadays what's going on with the racism and the police brutality with the young black youth, it's really affected me a lot, and I feel like hopefully my movement through my message through movement can be shared, and hopefully people will be inspired by it or moved, and hopefully I can contribute somehow into resonating love and peace and happiness, and yeah, I just hope my work can do that. I hope my work can inspire many, and to plant seeds and spark interest in creative growth and evolution, peace, and all that good stuff. The expression, I feel my movement is, how can I put it? Of course, I'm African American, and with that said, I had to go through a lot of racism, or had to prove myself a lot more because of my skin color, my race. So I feel like I use my motivation, my training is even more intense because I feel like I have to prove myself even more. Because my race, my people, African Americans, are stereotyped, and I want to be the direct opposite of that. I want to show the masses and the public that African Americans don't always play basketball, or they're rappers, or musicians, but we're movers as well. We're dancers. You know, we can fit into any mold, and I want to be the representative of a new movement. A movement I created, Cyber Yoga. It's a fusion of acrobatics, dance, breaking, yoga, just a hybrid expression, and I love it. It's my passion. Just do something completely different, completely from the mold, and hopefully my work can inspire a lot, and then inspire many, and just let my actions do all the talking, all the speaking. Let the actions speak loud and clear.
DJing for me came from a love of hip hop, so in a way, the hip hop is what has to come first.
Big L, rest in peace. 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 Big L, rest in peace.
My cultural identity, who I am as a person, came in a large way from being involved in hip hop culture and listening to the music and to the lyrics and the meaning behind the music. Groups like Public Enemy, Bringing Down Productions, very socially conscious political groups that expanded my mind and made me learn about things that I hadn't really considered before. So when I say that, when you ask the question, what has DJing done to develop me as a person, it's rooted in that hip hop, that social consciousness in hip hop.
A dança para mim, a arte tem muita influência na minha vida. Por exemplo, eu vim de uma família cristã, nasci na periferia de Salvador, Bahia, Brasil. Não tinha muitos recursos, mas me identifiquei muito com hip hop, breakdance. Quando era criança, assisti um filme called The Street. Isso me incentivou muito a praticar breakdance. E isso tinha duas opções para minha vida quando eu era criança: ou escolher a criminalidade ou a dança. Eu parti pro lado da dança e isso me fez hoje em dia o que eu sou. Hoje em dia represento no mundo todo, já fui aos Estados Unidos, a Europa toda, a Ásia, etc. A dança faz muito parte para mim e minha vida. E a arte tem muita tradução para mim, e no lado social também. A social como hip hop fez muita parte da minha vida. Eu tinha um grande projeto em Salvador, Bahia, Brasil, quando muitas pessoas de rua não tinham condições de pagar para aprender a dançar. Eu levava as danças nos bairros, ia para a periferia. Eu não tinha muito recurso também, mas ajudava com o pouco que eu tinha. Resgatei muitas pessoas das ruas, pessoas das drogas, para vir aprender breakdance, hip hop. Ajudei muitas pessoas, porque também a dança me ajudou muito. Então isso faz uma grande repetição na minha vida, o hip hop, o breakdance. Tem tudo a ver comigo também, com a capoeira, a união da capoeira com o breakdance, tudo família. Hip hop forever. I hope you like my interview.
My name is Ezra Letra, and I wrote the song, a gang called Government. I produced the song, I directed the video. I spent countless hours looking at police brutality videos. I want love, I want peace. But the song is to let them know, let you know, let myself know, let everybody know that this has to stop. It shows how primitive we are. With all the technology and me here talking to you right now, without being in front of you, we're so technologically advanced but spiritually primitive. time for a new wave. I'm here to be the change. And I may not cause anything, I may not cause a stir, people may never hear this song, but at least I stood up. But you see, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, there is no hate here. We just let hatred, frustration, and fear get the best of us. And that's what that song's about. If you listen closely, although it seems like I'm talking to people, I'm talking to myself as well. We kill each other, we hurt each other. For what? For power? For respect? Money? We hold on to the past. We reach towards the future, but we're not in the present. We're not here, we're not now. We're greedy, we're evil, we're lost. The only way to change this is to face it. Violence is not the answer. You fight fire with water. What I do is, as an artist, is try to give a voice to the voiceless. I represent poverty. I represent struggle and pain. But I also represent love and hope and life and peace. I'm here to create beautiful things, and I'm here to enjoy my life. I'm here to enjoy your life. I'm here to just be in love. We're trying to be somebody, and we're already someone. You understand? It's simple. We need change. We need a revolution. That revolution isn't the ones you see in the movies or read about in books. It's not about going out and looting and destroying our communities. It's not about killing, it's not about arresting, it's not about anything like that. It's an internal revolution. It's facing our own demons, questioning ourselves, seeing what moves us, seeing what we are, why we are, how we are, facing our fears, facing our desires, seeing our mechanism. And once we understand ourselves truly and honestly, without judgment, without the conditioning of society, without the conditioning of religion or politics, when we really see what moves us, that's when the revolution begins.
Picture can't be gripping on the galleries. Money come and go, so no tripping off that salary. Let that shit come after me and casually.
Go with it, flow with it, 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 go, flow, flow, go, flow, flow, go, flow, flow, go, flow, flow. Large and taking charge, know this game ain't come with batteries. Flip the bird to formalities, I won't be a casualty. So these beats I like to reap, that aquarium flows a sight to see. Got a master's degree in badassery, bring funk like beef left out for weeks. Who wants to play the already? Ain't no doggy bag, I'm a fuck fade and never call it back. Then it's around the world like Daft Punk and an almanac, yeah, all of that. Egos like the Ross Trap, self-liberator, it's all a rap. Tell them Jocka taught you that.
I would say that my art form is an expression. My music is my expression of my identity. And with me, I identify with just being, so it's ever changing. And so my music likes to reflect that. I like to reflect that with my music, and it would just be my expression, so to speak. Well, through my music, I'm constantly becoming who I am. I feel like I'm finding myself the more and more that I work on it and the more that I expand. So it's almost like finding or discovering yourself over and over again. I mean, still knowing who you are, but at the same time, being open enough to become more. So I think that my music, my art, it helps me become continually just who I want to be. I do talk about social issues in my music, all different types of issues that are going on in the world right now, whether it be issues with cops, problems with drugs, problems with the pharmaceutical industry, the food industry, I mean, everything's pretty much corrupted right now, so there's a lot to talk about. I mean, there's so much information out there to talk about. And, I mean, I feel like I don't want to campaign fear when I speak about these things. So I try to talk about them sometimes in a lighter way or in a metaphoric way. But ultimately, yeah, I think it's a responsibility for us to even be aware of these things. Not to look the other way, but to at least know what we're getting into, be more aware of ourselves with the things we are getting into. Because there's a lot of issues that compound upon each other because we're not paying attention to what's going on this hand while they're playing around with this hand. So, you know, it's there.
Hey yo, this is Logan Dirty Verbs. We're here at the historic Hotel Congress in downtown Tucson, where I have a show tonight called El Tambor. It's a show that I helped put together. It's a tropical show, tropical rhythms. I work as a DJ in this context. And this show is a lot about crossing borders. Tonight is a co-production with Puertas Abiertas, which is the Latino Pride organization here in Tucson. And to me, in my art form of DJing, the most important thing is allowing people to have new experiences, luring them into the unknown in like a seductive way. I also work as a poet, I also work as an educator. And in all three of those things, though they seem different to other people, to me they seem como parte de un todo. Y ese todo para mí es el fronterismo, ¿no? Ser fronterizos, fronteriza. Siempre estar cruzando and always looking for the connection between things that may not seem at first connected, but if you go a couple layers down, they are connected. So I see that in cumbia, I see that in poetry, spoken word, I see that in education. It's about making connections, it's about honoring community, history, y contando la banda.
Hi everybody, it's good. My name is Anton Smith. I'm the director and co-founder of The Human Project. The Human Project is Southern Arizona's first urban-based professional dance company. Hip-hop has been a part of my life and part of my culture growing up. And to start a hip-hop dance company was very hard for me at first because it's a very male-dominated and it's a very straight-dominated field. So many times I felt weird introducing my queer identity into that. But through embracing whacking and voguing and even poetry, I was able to find my voice not only as a dancer, but also as a rapper and a vocalist. The Human Project is now one of the go-to companies for a lot of the queer identified events here in Tucson, Arizona, such as the 8th Wall or the Tijuana Turnabout Drag Show. And that means a lot to me because we're one of the few hip-hop companies that actually reach out to those communities also. So, this is me, this is what I love to do. It's all about community. I have a rhyme that says it's not about me, but community. Speaking for the ones that you can't see. Real hunger, real war, real poverty. Life an illusion, nothing feels concrete. Today got answers, yesterday lost, tomorrow I'm scared I'ma pay the cost of all the mistakes I made ignorant. Was it money wasted? Was it time well spent? I did it out of love, I hope that it shows. I pray and meditate, got a heart of gold. But my inner currency can't pay the bills, so I'm stuck on this rock trying to make the mill.
Millions to one. Our song will be sung. Enact a change, a revolution. Prepare yourself. Evolution. Hey!
Hi, I'm Jamie Cho, aka Jivin. I also go by the name B-Girl Jivin. Nowadays, I'm doing all kinds of more organic types of art. I also garden. I have a gardening company called The Organic Artists. And so we grow food and vegetables all over Toronto, supporting families and inner city communities. It's really affected my life and my family, my children, to have to grow as much food and be organic as possible for my family. So I'm inspired by the gardening part and I bring it to the art part. So I mix it with also my street art and put it together, and so that the community can see the difference of toxicity and organic. So yeah, that's pretty much my story.
The pound started at the pore of our skin and is always beating. Always beating to own one another's smile and love-stricken hand. I am looking out of a window and into expired memories. How can the living relive if they've never died? Rewriters are the first humans to master the art of traveling time. If we believe we are things that are always growing and always changing, then for now, we would be in season. Our seed expire and explode into juicy flesh. Our adulthood ripe and ready to be picked, pried apart and devoured. Our throats fruitful with courage, curiosity, and suspense. I believe when we make love, we stop time. The clock stops to strike at the demands of our eyes and listens to our bad-mouthing lashes, the bad words like forever and never-ending, as if we are an exception to the seasons our earth lives by. See, I remember the very night we fell victim of together always, and began to bargain for tomorrows and ever after endings. This pound began to pour out of our skin. This pound that is always beating. This crave to own one another. Forcing ourselves to wrap around hearts that weren't built to be held in captivity, weren't built to be enslaved, yet there we were. Lashing to break the skin of our backsides, demanding harder. There we were. Crashing bodies like ocean waves of slaves in panic more than in love. There we were. Falling into one another, not knowing which way these days we call home. Playful arms wrapped around necks, hanging ourselves in the name of it all.
More personal on this one. It's impossible. This is Frida, my daughter, and myself flying, crossing the border of Nogales from Guadalajara to Tucson. And we're flying, but because, as a matter of fact, we took the plane, but somehow it's very, significant and to say that we passed the border. And the interesting part of this piece is, like, even though we're not carrying anything. That's how we cross the border. But we're still carrying these ribbons of the Mexican flag with the Mexican flag colors, and we also carrying other traditions and culture. As I said before, our mind, religion, traditions, and then the Colombian, and all those kinds of box that you had your feelings inside. So I'm carrying it with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Cargando a Ella. 2,000 piece. And the material is acrylic. Basically, it's acrylic on bark paper. This bark paper is really interesting. It's made by Otomi Indians in San Pablito, Puebla. And this is, they're still doing it the same way, the same tradition, the same recipe that the Aztec. This materials was used as the first book in America as a continent.
Afam bụ Ụzọamaka Nkemdele Nwamkpa. Abụ m onye Igbo. My name is Ụzọamaka Nkemdele Nwamkpa. I am an Igbo woman. When I got the message that I was coming to this foreign land, the United States of America, the land of milk and honey, I wore my wig. I fixed my walk. I watched Coming to America again. My voice mastered a new identity. My name forgotten. Uzmaka Nwankpa. Uzi Nwankpa. Uzi. Uz. Uzo. Life actually turned out like the movie Coming to America, although there is no such place like Zamunda. Nor am I a part of the top 1% of the rich in Africa. Akim's experience in America is quite similar to mine. Camouflaged in skin that no longer belonged to me, I had so many expectations given to me, and dancing was not one of them. Get your Western degree. Go to school. Be the best. Don't behave like those black Americans we see in movies. Or don't marry a white man, no. Or get your education, then marriage, then children. Or husband must be Christian, educated, of the Igbo tribe, and able to bring the moon to you. You see, I did everything I could to assimilate, to survive. My talk, my walk, my hair. Can we talk about my hair? My identity became chaotic. In America, I am black. In Black America, I am African. And in Africa, I am a queer maiden, unmarried, without the fruit of the womb. We, blacks, African descendants, are constantly salvaging and scraping whatever is left of our identities, the hidden truths of our indigenous connections, who we truly are. I often ask myself, who am I? Is the African woman visible in this country? Am I not to exist? Am I to become Black American? When immigration knocks on my door, my heart still jumps. This fear, this illusion is enough to drive me insane. I mean, I pray, I dance, I switch, I swivel, I glide, I mourn, I bleed, I fly, I swear. My generational traumas, they continue to haunt me. They haunt my mother. They haunt my child. You see, some of us do not survive in this here land of milk and honey. But I survive. People have a way of dealing with me, tearing apart what they cannot pronounce or conceive of. Hey you, why don't you jump around, or jungle-like, do your little African dance? You extorting the answers out of me. I asked you for some patience, but you, pearly white, drumming gestures, aspiring to be the one that beats, rather than the one subject to the beatings, held up to signify how many years I should dance for you, like I am your slave. Yes, I learned kuku, sofa, yemama, kakilambe, jole from a white girl from Michigan who changed her mask to match the one I left behind. You see, I felt ashamed, but I wanted to be informed, so I danced, and I danced it hard, despite the numerous cultures that exist in West Africa. In this land of milk and honey, they make it all sound like one sound. I am not afraid to be the never-ending bridge. I am not afraid to be the never-ending bridge.